wrong button there. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Jedi Academy, the show where we answer all your Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes questions. And if you're new to the show, basically the way it works is in YouTube, you put your question, make sure you put question and then your actual question so we know that you're actually asking a question. And we will get to your questions from our good friend Mr. Finity, Dr. Finn Medicine Woman, the troll extraordinaire, who will grab it and we will get to your question. We try to get through all the questions as soon as we can as they start popping up. But welcome everybody to another show. My goodness, do we have a lot to talk about? And of course, joining us is the Council of Evil, or somewhat evil, or a quarter evil. Well, some are evil. So let's go around and introduce everybody. We are missing a couple of people. We'll get to that in a second. But let's start off with who we have today. We have Sir Loki, the lightsaber extraordinaire. How are you today, sir? Loki,
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Yeah,
Good morning.
Your delay always throws me off. It's like, eh?
It's like that when you call somebody and they got that voicemail and then it's like hello,
Yes, hello.
and then you start talking and they say I'm not here right now.
Oh, I
I
hate
try
that.
I tried to time that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm having breakfast at 7 a.m. and excited to be here with everybody. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Also joining us is the Dark Lady of the Sith, Darth Bella.
Hi.
Hey, how are things in Deutschland?
Yeah, it's really sunny.
Oh,
I went already swimming this morning, so it's summer. It's a summer weekend.
was it a family event or were you just out there doing laps? Maintaining
Hmm?
your. Was it a family event or did you just go out there and do some laps just to stay healthy?
Yeah,
Oh,
staying healthy.
yeah, I'm sure.
Can't be online 24/7, right?
That's right. You have to hit the gym.
Yeah.
Go out and swim in the pool. So who else? We've got Mr. Mike Hunt. Mr. Mike, what's going on, buddy?
How you doing, fella? I'm good.
Did
I'm
you just
good.
call me fella? How dare you,
Ye-
sir? We are going to war.
I apologise.
That's
Would
right.
you rather be a nondescript gender?
I would like to be something.
The third option.
Yes. I would like you to rethink
Yeah.
it and then write an essay about what you would like me to be. That's right.
That would be a private one.
Oh. And then let's
Yeah.
see. And we have. Oh, we're missing some folks. That's right. So, Remon and we're obviously at the EA event. They're in Hollywood. They've grown out of their britches for us guys. They're all stars and stuff now. But hopefully they can get on it. I know it's like what early in the morning there for them, and they've been busy. So hopefully they'll jump on. And I don't know if Grandi will be able to make it. Hopefully he can, because he's a government Wi-Fi stealer and stuff, and his time is limited with all the stuff he steals. But we also have another fan favorite coming back all the way from Korea, Mr. King Felix.
Yes, good night to everyone out
I
here.
know, it's so late there. Good Lord in heaven.
It's very, very not sunny.
Yes. The moon is out. The werewolves are out. The vampires are on the move.
Yeah, you'd be surprised what you find around this country.
Vampires and werewolves are not just certain parts of the world. They're everywhere. You have to be prepared. And I can hear your wife in the background still. It's so funny, we were joking. His wife, man, she's on a spring cleaning spree. She is
11 o'clock is cleaning time.
She is motivated. I like it. She's like, I will have a clean house even at midnight. Okay, so guys, get your questions in, everybody out there. I'm going to bring up the obvious first topic of discussion while we wait for the questions to come in. And let's just get right into it. This Phoenix Squad event. Now, if you guys didn't hear, it dropped live on our stream. We were the first ones to really talk about it. It was insane. We had so many people that were watching that stream that night, and then in the Discord afterwards, with this whole Thrawn Phoenix event. So me and Loki, I think we've kind of said what our piece on that stream. So I want to give everybody else here an opportunity to kind of say what they feel about this. Let's start with you, Mike. Um, what is your overall thoughts of the whole Phoenix squadron, Admiral Thrawn, the whole thing?
I don't understand why it's being rushed. I'm hoping that the compensation for it is that although we all have to get at least five-star Phoenix characters, that we're not going to have to overgear them, because that's just a ridiculous ask. What, two weeks to try and get 6 characters effectively boosted by 4 stars each, and to level 85, and to gear 11. No, it's unrealistic expectations from the devs. So that's my only kind of saving grace for this, is that they're all available, they're all free. Sabine obviously is the fly in the ointment or whatever, in regards to that she's just on one hard node. And then you're just hoping to pick her up either in shard shops or fleet shops or wherever else she may appear. I think she just appears in the guild shop, actually, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
She does appear somewhere as well as the shop.
Hard node. I have to look. I can't remember.
It's 1A.
1A. Yeah.
The hard node one. I you know what I actually did? I did 2 battles. I'd forgotten. I mean, it's the first hard node that you do, isn't it? Oh, it's the dark side. So but it is one of the first you ever do. And I'd forgotten what a battle like that was like. It was quite amusing. Endless Wrath worked. Yay! It's the only place it does. But yeah. So sum it up: rush job, and not good planning, not good message. And also they dropped the soap with the bonus tier as well, didn't they?
Yeah, God, did you guys try the event yesterday? Oh, well, let's go to everybody's reaction, then we'll get into the flash events. All right, Felix, go ahead.
I'm with Mike. I just thought it was poorly timed, to put it nicely. I think it's accurate that it's the Phoenix squad that unlocks him, but I don't know why it has to happen right now. It should happen in like July or August, and let people actually farm. I'm just hoping to get enough to 5-star just to unlock Thrawn so I can work on his gear. I'm not going to get to 7-star by a week from now.
Yeah.
But I'm working on it.
I gotcha. And Miss Darth Bella, what are your feelings on this whole thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think something actually didn't work out really, because one of these events was redacted, right? So we don't know really when the Thrawn event will start. So I have the feeling, and it was supposed to be on the 7th, wasn't it? Earlier on. So something didn't work out. So in my view, they had to improvise. And probably that was what happened. I don't know. But the event, okay, it was doable if you could use event units. So I remember that the whole community was really, really upset. They need to
Oh
do this
yeah,
or that
the
to
forum.
take part.
Yeah,
and
the
it was
forums blew up.
boiling hot. So the first 3 tiers you could do just with the event units, and just for the bonus tier you needed your own. So in a way, we just started and we have these double drops, which is great, really. So I don't see it as negative. It was just the communication was probably a bit bad, because everybody thought we need fully upgraded, like for the Yoda event or Pulp event, we need fully upgraded Phoenix.
Well, they do. You are now. They haven't said, and they haven't said um, when the actual Thrawn event is. Of course, they're doing their big announcement today at 1 Eastern. Trust me, we're going to be all over that as well. Um, and the thing that I'm gonna let Loki speak first, because the thing that it's that you're gonna need 5-star characters at least to get Thrawn, but you have 2 weeks to do it. There's a lot. I'm Loki. Go ahead and give your thoughts.
So,
I mean, you've had
uh,
time. We both had time to think about this some more, and I've just been getting reaction from everybody. I've just been inundated. I'm sure you have too, and then everything else. So after our initial shock Wednesday, and having time to let it digest and stuff, what are your thoughts now, Loki?
so my thoughts are there's good and bad. I think there's more bad than good, and the panel already touched on a lot of the bad, which was I think it was poorly communicated. It feels like it was rushed out because I'm going to go all the way back to when Smithy was on the show.
Mm-hmm.
The event, the double drop event, already happened after he had already spent his energy, right? And it happened, the Cantina energy and the regular, so he was obviously frustrated because
He
he's
was already
a
behind the power curve.
he's a yeah, he's a game changer, right? I mean, he's an EA game changer, and he didn't even know. So
None of them knew it.
that's
That was the thing. Gron
so
didn't know. None of them knew. I
so
mean, I just
yeah.
yeah.
So I'm just gonna leave it at that. That when we spoke about it on the RSG stream, a lot of those frustrations, they it's there. So a lot of it is poorly communicated. It feels like the event was rushed. When we got a slew of updates, I think during the stream, we got like 8 messages in our
Mm-hmm.
inbox. One of them, the double drop was supposed to start on the 7th. It started on the 8th instead, and it I think it's still going on now, but
Yeah, it's supposed to end today.
yeah. Other than the communication, though, you know what? I will say that the double drop, you can't really complain about it, right? It's a good thing. And then the location, I think, of the shards is good, except for Sabine. I mean, she's only on a hard node, and she is in the guild store, and then they're all in the shard shop, which is actually really cool. The event itself said you got to you have event units, which is good, and I'm gonna let Mike continue on the newer frustration on the forum about the requirements and all that. But for me personally, I was dreading do I have to buy the packs? I mean, I really want Thrawn also. I was talking to Grande earlier, and I was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna play it by ear, and I'm just gonna farm. Like I'm gonna buy a couple refreshes from each of the stores, so the Galactic War store,
Mm-hmm.
the Arena, and all that, and surprisingly, my double drops have been pretty good. 5-star prior to the events starting, and I didn't buy the pack yet. I didn't buy any of the $6.99 crystal packs. I bought the initial $10 packs when the Phoenix were available, and from that point of view, I was kind of I was upset. I think we were all upset that night, but I just grinded like old school. I didn't push it or anything, and I was able to get them to 5 stars, which I'm really happy about. And then I did the event, and the event was okay. I mean, it's just a typical Flash event.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. I think the event unit stuff was kind of cool because you actually had to think about it.
Yeah.
Tier 1, Tier 2, and you couldn't just put it on auto and go. The bonus tier, I just put them at. I think I got my guys at level 68 or level 70. I maxed out their abilities as much as I could, and then I maybe over modded them. I put some arena mods on some of my guys, and the bonus tier was cool. I mean, I can't complain about the awards either. So
Well,
I actually, I, w- I was actually surprised because it felt like the Flash event ended pretty quick for me, but
yeah.
I did get some Omegas, which I needed. But overall, I feel a lot better about it. But I do agree with everybody. It's really the communication and how they just released everything at one time, all at and everybody was frantic because there's just a lot of stuff going on.
Well, I'm not going to be nice because I've had more time to digest it. I have talked to so many people in the community. This is the issue I have with this, and I still have this issue with them, and this really pisses me off. Okay, this feels to me like a money grab. I try to look at it from different angles, right? And here's the thing: I'm all about CG making money. They have to make money because the way this game works is they have to make a profit so they can continue to give us content. I'm not. I have no problem with that. The fact is they are forcing us. This is the first issue. They are forcing us to basically stop what we're doing. We don't have to if you don't want Thrawn, but they throw that carrot out there like you're going to need this to get this. First off, they're announcing it after the fact that we're farming. We don't even know what Thrawn can do, so we weren't even given the choice. You know, do we need to even do we even want to farm these characters? Because we're still up in the air. So they decided to do this quick 3-day event, which you brought up, that was supposed to be 4, but double drops. The double drops are fine. However, it's there's a bigger issue with this. Is one, we have no idea what Thrawn does until after that's done. So we just spent 3 days, everybody in a mad rush to try to get these characters, not having any idea what the hell Thrawn does. Right? It's it's putting the cart before the horse, you know. So we're left in this limbo of like, oh my god, we have to get, if we want Thrawn, we have to get these characters, and we don't even know if Thrawn's going to be good. The second thing is 3 days is not enough time. Double drops are great, but 3 days, ridiculous. You know, uh, Finity brought up a great point when we were talking about this on the stream, and for those that didn't hear, the point was, you know, with other legendary characters, because this is a legendary event that we're doing, uh, they gave hints. They kind of told you that you need to have certain characters. So if you didn't have them, that was on you. Like, and they were from groups of squads that um, were especially for free to play players. You know, generalized, you could farm them: Jedi's, rebels, etc. Right? Empire. You had enough time that where you had a good clue to where you can start farming whatever characters you needed or get your characters ready gear wise and stuff like that, that you were kind of had enough time, prep time, to be able to be ready to go and then make an informed decision once you saw the character. Because even then it was still a win-win because you got some characters you probably needed. But the other issue is you are now forcing a horrible squad on players. Why? Because you didn't sell very well with your Phoenix Squadron characters. Even if Thrawn's fantastic, and I hope he is, that's going to create a dilemma for a lot of people who can't get him at all. You know, because there's just not going to be enough time. I mean, looking at the math, it's going to be close for some people to get 5 stars and stuff. Um, what happened to my computer? Oh my god, what is going on? Um, and what is your reward for this? You get Phoenix Squadron. Well, okay, great. They're worthless. I mean, there's a couple of the characters here and there that have viability. You know, Ezra in a Jedi squad with an R2. It's a specific squad. Uh, there's a couple things you can do with Sabine, and it's just you're basically being force fed a team that nobody wants, nobody can do anything with. You have to stop with everything you're doing and move resources to a squad. You know, there's people out there, we're doing roster reviews, you know, other people are doing roster reviews, and you're trying to get people to farm certain characters so that they can be successful in PvP and other areas. You have to stop what you're doing, give all that up, spend all of your time and energy instead of working on mods or anything like that, especially new players, and now you have to get Phoenix. And basically, your gameplay has been forced into this way. So I am pretty upset about this. I think it's not just the communication, it's the execution. And the execution on this is awful. There's no way around it. The execution is poor and the thought process is poor. I said this on the stream Wednesday. What the hell are you thinking? Who thought this was a good idea? I mean, there are some really great minds over there. You know, we give CG credit and RSG when they do stuff, and we were breaking it down. Loki, you remember this? We were saying these are the things that they do really well. These are the characters that they've introduced that have been pretty good. But Phoenix was not. Phoenix was a poorly designed team that can't do anything. I don't know if it wasn't beta tested properly or whatnot. Smithy has a kind of a theory of what happened with them. I mean, it's great that they're in the game, and we're happy that they've got these new characters in the game. But oh my God, you know, this is just, I don't know what they're trying to pull, because now that all this has happened, the community is outraged on both ends, free to play and pay to play. Free to play is like, well, God, what do we have to do to try to get this? And pay to play is like, why do I have to pay to get these damn characters that I don't want? It's like saying, get Cup and Mob Enforcer and all this other stuff. It's like, you create these characters that have no purpose. They're not that well designed and they're not that good. Obviously, you can tell not many people got them. They're not even on the meta report other than one or two pieces. That tells you something about the viability of these characters. And now they're being forced down our throats, and we have to make a decision based off information we don't have. I mean, the introduction of Thrawn is fantastic, and I'm excited about it. However, how I have to now go and get him, it makes absolutely no sense. And the community pretty much is asking those questions. I mean, I hope they answer a lot of these questions on their live stream that they're supposed to do today. I don't know if they are, but I mean, you just go to the forums, go to Reddit, I mean, we've been getting blown up. People are like outraged. I mean, outraged with all this.
Ranger, I've actually some insight on Thrawn.
We have what?
One of my some of my ship chats, Ben Kenobi revealed one of his abilities. So he said Thrawn will be most devastating. I believe he has an ability called credit card steal. This ability will drain massive amounts of money from all those that play Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And someone commented, my wife has the same ability.
Oh God! So I kind of went on my little rant and rave there on the initial thought, but we have some other people that just popped in. I could go off on this. I'm being nicer than I usually am. People have seen me.
I agree with you. I mean, I was trying to do the same, but
I'm not being politically correct on this. I'm really not. I mean, there's some slight positives, but overall, this is they drop the soap. There's no other way to look at this. I mean, there are so many other ways that they could make profits in this game, more effective ways, I think. Force feeding characters and making us make tough calls and stuff like that. It's asinine. It really is.
I'm wondering whether what we don't know at the moment is whether the Zeta drops reset on each of the Flash events. And I was just wondering that if they've got the opportunity here of doing that and maybe giving each of the Phoenix a Zeta ability to at least make them, somewhat viable.
There's been no indication, but we have a couple. But hold on, guys. I want to get. We have some more people that came in, so I want to get their thoughts. We've got McMull. Yeah. Yes, we have a new person on the stream for the first time, Mr. McMull. What is going on, man?
Hey guys, what's going on?
What's up, brother?
I saw the link to join in. And I was like, I guess I can join in for a little bit.
That's right. You can join in.
How is it on our time zone, man?
It sucks because according to my body, it is 10:30 right now, but it's really 7:30, and I just want to go back to sleep.
Well, that's why the good Lord.
So
that's why the good Lord made coffee.
you all can keep your West Coast time zone.
Get your damn coffee and wake up. So, what are your thoughts, McMull, about everything we've been discussing?
I mean, yeah, I get it. I get the outrage. It really sucks. We have if this is anything like your other legendary events, and that pack is going to last for another 13 days now?
Yeah,
12 days. I would not be surprised if the pack expires at the exact same time the legendary event expires. So we can probably expect to see that legendary event show up here in another 5 days. So you basically pretty much have 12 days to get your Phoenix farmed up to 5 stars to maybe get a chance at getting Thrawn. So yeah, the short notice really sucks. It's about the same notice that we had for R2 in the Empire, but everybody had Empire characters.
Well, remember they'd given that hint that beep boop, and they had kind of hinting that another character.
No. Yeah, we knew that was coming. I mean, we knew Thrawn's coming because of the whole Shroud and secrecy, and there's been theories of Thrawn for months. Mm-hmm. So pretty much we knew he was coming, but we did not. It was pretty much a blindside to expect that Phoenix was going to be required. Smithy was joking around about it. I've been trolling Reddit for days before it was announced, saying, "Yeah, man, it's really going to suck if they require Phoenix for Thrawn." And then I'm having to go back to these posts and just be like, "I'm sorry, guys, I did not mean that." But
what have I done?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, oh dear God, I've unleashed a monster. So yeah, I get that whole thing. I'm kind of excited for it because I've been working on Phoenix behind the scenes for a while, but at the same time, yeah, it really sucks for 99% of your player base because one, Phoenix sucks, but like there's no two ways about that. Outside of Ezra and probably Sabine, everyone else on Phoenix Squad just is bad. So not a lot of people have been working on them or gearing them up because there's no point. There's some of them are just really bad characters and you're wasting your gear on them. So to suddenly being like, hey, you have 2 weeks to get them geared up, go to it. And let's be real here, Chopper and Kanan are absolute gear hogs. The amount of gear they need is like, 1,400 plus purple pieces?
Yeah,
it's absurd how much gear
we were looking at the gear crunch and we did the numbers and it was like, there is absolutely in 2 weeks. I mean, that's the other part of it is you need mods for these characters, and you need gear, and the gear factor. I mean, some people are saying, well, maybe you can do it at gear 8. We don't know. What if if you look at the
R2 event?
Yeah, you remember I had all gear 11, 10 max out Empire tunes, and it was rough. I'm just thinking, oh my God.
Yeah, no, it's I mean the nice thing about these flash events is it's a nice practice, especially that bonus tier, but that requires you getting your characters geared up. So it gets some nice practice in with them right now to see, just how well they'll work and if it's going to be something that just get some practice on them, see how well you can get them to work for the Thrawn event. But yeah, going back to that, I think tier 5, if you have gear 8, maybe gear 9, you should be fine. But if it's going to be anything like your R2 event, the tier 7, gear 11, you're going to have a hard time, especially as bad as these characters are, trying to get that tier to work. So, I mean, I'll probably have them at 7-star in time for the event. We'll see. And I'll probably just do a video, maybe I'll even do a live stream of the whole Thrawn event. But it's just going to be interesting seeing just how hard this event is going to be, especially with Phoenix.
Yeah. All right. We also have Remon joining us. Remon, you there, my friend? I see your mic's muted. Remon. Bueller. All right. He's not there. All right. Remon, if you can hear us, jump on in, brother. So I'm sure we're going to get to this. Oh, Virtual Game World gave us $5. Thank you, sir. He's just dropping by to show some love. Well, I can't stand Phoenix Squad. I think a lot of people are like that. All right, so you guys ready to answer some questions? I'm sure this will be brought up during the questions. So we'll be able to delve into some more. So let's just start with Mr. King Felix. This is from Justin Ward. I think this is from a previous show, but I think we didn't get to it. But I think it was a good question. He asked, "When are my droids getting a Zeta?" I mean, the original droids. I know R2Z2 is a bad A, and I spend my nights trying to get drunk enough to pretend K2 Zeta is a high school prank. He's talking mainly about HK 86 or 88. So when are his droids getting a Zeta? Do you foresee it in the future? Thoughts?
I foresee it in the future if they ever have a downtime where they're not pushing something brand new, because for the last 6 months now, droids haven't gotten any love. Not counting R2, because I think his droid synergy is like the least the least useful.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were gonna Zeta droids, I was thinking about this the other day. I don't know who you would Zeta. You could buff HK's leader ability, but then you're just playing right into Rex all over again.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who you could buff. You could give 86 a Wigs synergy with 88 and add a third droid or something like that. I think the only real chance they have is if Grievous gets a rework in his Zeta.
All right. Anybody else thoughts on this?
Also, hold on,
go ahead,
just
King.
one quick point. I think, Ranger, you were saying the EA Play deal started at 1 Eastern time. It's actually 1 Pacific time.
1 Pacific time. Okay, so I got the time zone wrong
Yeah,
on that.
they just put that out in the forums. EA Jesse just put that out. So the actual stream starts at noon, but the Galaxy of Heroes portion starts at 1:15 Pacific time. Be sure to tune in for a closer look at Grand Admiral Thrawn.
So that'll be at 4 Eastern, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So there we go. All right.
Yeah, if the game changers ask nicely, maybe we can get in on the stream.
I see Remon's there. He's muted. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. All right, let's go to the next question because we got a lot of questions starting to fly in here. This is from our boy Captain Blackbeard, and we're gonna go to Loki. He says, "Question for Loki: How are you getting 3.5 million in Phase 3 hat with Tebow, TFP, Jin, Baze, and Chert? I've watched your video at least 5 times and I can't get the hang of it. Most I've gotten is 600k. Can you help a brother out, Sir Loki, and tell Captain Blackbeard what's the deal with this team?"
Is it the TIE Fighter pilot one?
Yeah, Tebow, TFP, Jin, Baze, Chert. I guess it's a team you run.
Okay. So I put a lot of offense. I've tweaked this team so much. I put a lot of speed on Tebow. I put a lot of speed on Jin. So that's where, first off, that's how I would mod them. So you don't need a lot of potency on those two anymore because you do have TIE Fighter pilot now. And he's going to gain a lot of turn meter. And then he's going to do that tenacity down when he scores a crit, right? So the main thing about that team is you need to let the B2 buff itself, so it needs to get offense up, and he gets that when he counterattacks. And then from there on out, what you have to do is every time your guys go stealth, attack the B2 when you can, and then reduce his turn meter when you can. And, it's got to be RNG as well. I mean, it's RNG dependent because you need TIE Fighter pilot to keep getting his turn meter back from his unique. So he gets turn meter for every debuffed enemy. But there's a good little, I'm not going to go through the whole run, but you want to set yourself up to where you're already removing about 10 to 12% of the damage before the B2 even takes a turn. So the cooldown on the Fearsome Foe, it should still be at 15, and you should gauge yourself to remove 10 to 12% damage right off the bat. And then if not, then just keep restarting the battle and go in again. But there, if you watch the videos already, there isn't, you just got to have a lot of patience. And what you want to do is you have to time taking down all the B1s right before he does his ability that resurrects them, right? So you don't want to resurrect. You don't want the B2 to just resurrect one B1 droid. You want him to resurrect the whole group, because then it prolongs the battle as long as you can. I hope that makes sense. And then all the B1s have to be debuffed, and your TIE fighter pilot will then be critting for like 35,000, 40,000 damage. And on the TIE fighter pilot, don't worry about speed. Just go all offense and critical damage. So I run an offense arrow, I run offense cross, I run a critical damage triangle, critical damage set, and he should be critting for close to 40,000 damage. And that's how I was able to do it, honestly. And you just got to also juggle Baze's taunt. So there's two ways you can proc the taunt, right? You can either kill one of the B1s, and then Baze will taunt for the cannon, or you can use Chirrut's health equalization and cleanse, and that will also proc Baze's taunt, because usually when you equalize the health, Chirrut's health goes down a little bit, and then it procs the taunt. So there's a lot going on with that team, but it's definitely doable, and it's fun to do. I'll leave it at that. But if you want to take it offline and just hit me up on Discord, I can help you more.
That's right. All right, next question will go to McMull. This is from our good friend, good old Maurice. He says, question, the big question, will Sabine replace a Jawa in the boobless P1 retribution setup? GG will always have less than 30 to 70%, correct? He said his previous P1 squad was Anakin Lee, GK Maul, First Order TIE Pilot, and JS. What are your thoughts there, Mr. McMull? Did we lose Mr. McMull?
I think the hotel Wi-Fi is.
Oh man.
Yeah, he's gone.
Do we? All right, Mike. Pick up the slack, my friend.
Yeah, I was just replying to good old Maurice. I actually ran a JKA, Sabine, Fulcrum Ahsoka, GK Zul P1 the other night.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm looking at the combination. I've Omega'd Sabine's Dark Saber, which removes 50% defense. Is it? I forget. It removes 50% of something, and stacks armor. And so I was looking at the combination of that combined with Fulcrum's Whirlwind, thinking that could be an answer to all the tanky GK bases around. I'm still working on that. However, I would say Sabine does look very good with that Dark Saber. Chuck that onto him and then run it. Fulcrum was a bad move, I think. Fulcrum was a bad move, but it was like, hey, she's just come out, and you got to use her somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I threw her in. But no, I think it's got legs. You lose the assist, obviously, that you get with the Jawa, but you get 2 hits. So
okay.
yeah, I like it. I think it's got legs.
All right. Question, we go to the Dark Lady of the Sith, Miss Bella. This is from Red Baron. Question, why the hell am I farming Phoenix, even though I threw my toys out the pram and swore I wouldn't?
He did what?
He says, I'll read it again. Why the hell am I farming Phoenix, even though I threw my toys out of the pram and swore I wouldn't?
Oh my god, that is great. Yeah, I think we are all in the same boat. But actually, I hope they will rework it, the whole squad, in a bit of time, because it's great characters. It's a great series. Was on television, a great series, and I think they should be. Yeah, we should be able to like them better.
Mm-hmm.
So for now, we just we can just say we want Thrawn or we don't. That's our decision, and we either farm them or not.
Yeah, and that's the thing is we don't know because we don't know what Thrawn's going to be doing, and we won't know
No.
till today when they introduce him. It's mind-boggling. All right, let's go to the next question. Is Remon there yet? I keep seeing him there, but he's just muted. So, all right, Remon, if you hear this, if you're listening to the stream, just please say something so I know you're here. Let's go back to King Felix for the next question, and it's again from good old Maurice. Why is CG trying to encourage new players to make bad decisions, making Phoenix so available early on? Your thoughts, sir? I'm
Oh,
gonna throw this out to the whole
that's
panel.
funny. That's a funny question. I like it. I don't know. Bad decisions seem to be a staple of CG in the last couple of months. I think they haven't had a good rework since probably Kylo Ren and Boba Fett when they did those.
Kylo Ren.
And yep, that one. And I don't know. It kind of sucks because Hera's what 1F I think Hera is on Cantina.
Mm-hmm.
People are gonna farm her because they see her in the show, and she's gonna be worthless for them. Hopefully, all the new players learn to watch YouTube and don't do that. But I think they're trying to find a reason for how they released Phoenix and how underwhelming they are. They're trying to make. I hope Thrawn is amazing, just so that they're actually worth something. Because if Thrawn's amazing, then I'll consider the Phoenix Squad worth it just to get him. But it's just about money right now. That's all.
All right, throw it out to the rest of the
Capitalism at its finest.
That's right.
I've got an alt account which is level 79. It's completely free to play. And I've completed Galactic War yesterday and most of the nodes today with my Phoenix squad. Start to finish.
But what level are you?
I'm level 79.
Mm-hmm.
But none of my characters are even level 70 yet. I've intentionally kept them lower down.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm completing Galactic Wars pretty much on a daily basis at the moment.
Now, do you think that would be different if you were level 85? Your power was different.
Yes, I do. But the question was about new players. So,
but do you think that that's something that they should be forced to work on if they even want to sniff Thrawn when there's other characters they're probably going to need further on down the line, especially with PvP being so important so that they can be effective in other things?
Yeah,
ships
but there's something else to factor in here. Like I've got 100 Yoda shards at the moment, and I need Jedi to do the Yoda challenge.
Mm-hmm. Have you gotten Palpatine?
No, I need. I'm working on my Rebels, and I'm working on my Jedi. So they've given us 2 Jedi in Ezra and in Kanan that are both free. So that gives us 2 more potential 5 stars. I mean, I'm struggling to get JKA and Barriss up to scratch, but I've got these 2 now that I can be bringing into play. And also, of course, for Palpatine, we've got Rebels in Kanan and Ezra and everyone. So they're not completely useless. They will have a purpose. They're just not going to be kind of arena viable, and they're going to detract from that. I think that's the thing, isn't it? I think everyone's up in arms about the fact that our arena squads and everything are going to have to kind of take a back seat while we all try and push to get work in Phoenix.
Yeah, but the other problem is they're not viable in raids either.
Of course, yeah.
That's a big thing. I mean, the 2 biggest areas of the game is PvP and raids, and they're not viable in those at all. Because there's so many other characters that do so much better in those, and you want to be successful the most in those 2 areas. I mean, GW's fine and other things, but long term, the rewards you get from those far outweigh anything you'll get from anything else. And I think that's another reason why I think people are such up in arms.
Yeah, I mean, if it helps people get palps, then because I mean, he is definitely worth it at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not a bad character. He's kind of,
Yeah,
he's kind of lost some legs with everything that's been, that's happened recently, but he still, he still has his purposes. All right, let's get to the next
def-
question. This is from the tour, and we're going to go to Loki on this. I'm trying to see feeling. I'm keeping track of the order. Sorry, guys. This is from the tour, and his question is, what level and gear would you need for the bonus tier flash event? Note from Infinity, in case no one knows, there's a post on the Reddit. All 5-star and G7 level ranger from 51 to 66. Decent 5 dot mods for everyone, level 12 to 15, including speed arrows, speed bonus ranging from plus 39 to plus 66. That was enough to finish. Is your thoughts on that, Mr. Loki?
Yeah, I agree. I think when after the stream on Wednesday, I was freaking out a little bit, but
Who wasn't?
I was well, I mean, even after the stream, right? I was talking to Grande, and
Yeah, we were in
Grande,
Discord.
yeah, we kind of calmed ourselves down, and I'm not trying to downplay anything. I mean, it is what it is. I think overall we all got screwed, but again, don't panic about it. I was gonna rush out and go buy the pack, and you know what? I told myself, let me get them to the bare minimum I could get them to be able to beat the bonus tier and just continue slow farming them up until the event, right? Because again, we don't know when the event is, and we don't know Thrawn's kids, so I'm only out a couple days, is the way I look at it. But going back to the question, I did. I think I have Zeb at like level 68. The rest of them are level 70.
Yeah,
And
mine are
I
all
did,
70, and some are 5, some are 4. I got them
yeah,
gear
I,
7.
I, I did like gear. I got a couple at gear 7, a couple at gear 8. I didn't go. I did throw a couple Carbantes at it. I didn't want to.
Mm-hmm.
As uh, I think Mike mentioned it, is it's like I think gear 8 is like they're like gear hogs like Chopper and Kanan, but uh, I just did the bare minimum I could with that. So like gear 7, gear 8, level 68 through 70, and I did put my arena mods on them though, and it I think I put it on auto, and it was great. So I'm sure you can get away with it at like gear 7, maybe level 65. Finn had a good roadmap on and there's several posts on Reddit, so it's not that bad. But ultimately, we all want to get them to 7-star, hopefully, or closer to 5-star to be able to unlock Thrawn, which again, we don't know when the event is, so kind of just go at your own pace. I wouldn't panic yet, and if you want to continue farming them, go for it. But keep in mind also the legendary event will come back later, so it's not a complete loss. The complete loss is obviously we got to gear up 6 tunes to that obviously don't do much in the game. So
Yeah. All right. Who's next? Mikey. Mikey's up next. This is from Atomic Robot. Question: have all Phoenix to 5 stars, gear 7. I plan to drop Sabine for now in place of Chopper so I can safely farm all the characters to 7 stars. This way, no one character will be sharing the same farm area. Your thoughts?
yeah. I mean, I'd still do I'd still sim Sabine 3 times. Well, the 3 sims on her a day. If you, I mean, I'm guessing that you'll have enough energy to do
Has this
that.
been? Let me ask you in the panel this real quick. I've been doing the Sabine node. I have not yet to get a shard from her from her hard node. I haven't got any. I mean, I've seen her in the guild store, but I haven't got any from that node. Has anybody gotten any shards from that, or I mean,
I've gotten a couple, but it's been pretty bad too.
I mean, am I the only one that? That's
I
ours has
haven't
just
even
been.
I haven't seen her in the guild store personally.
So
But
there's the
yeah,
other thing, yeah.
her drop rate is probably the same as base. If you want to compare it, it's not great. I mean, nobody has a great drop rate in hard node. But I've told myself I'm probably gonna just farm her out of the shard shop, and
That's what I'm doing.
and then continue the free to play route with everybody else. That's what I would probably do.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a 7-star. I've had a 7-star for a while. She was the one that I targeted.
Smart man.
And now I'm doing the same as you, but with Hera and Ezra. I've got them both 6-star. I'm gonna use the double drops and then fill in the extras with the shard shop.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the next. Well, we didn't really answer this guy's question. So, do you think that's a smart move just to get those characters? Well, we still don't know if we're going to need all 6, but if we need just 5, just to go with Chopper more than Sabine.
Yeah, I would say so.
I agree.
I'm basing a lot of mine on. I watched Warrior's Guide. I thought that was very well thought out,
Yes.
and that's basically what he's saying. You know, if you can afford to buy Sabine, then obviously go ahead, because she is one of the stronger. You know, it's her and Ezra that are the 2 that you really want.
Yeah.
But realistically, take Chopper in. At least you're covered. At least you got 5 working.
Yeah, and then just figure out from there.
And he does. I mean, he does remove taunts or buffs or whatever, doesn't he? So you know, he's not a complete waste of space. Just majority of a waste of space.
Yeah.
He's not in Eve Cough territory. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, just above it. Okay, so Miss Darth Bella. This is from Renfi Zhao. Do you have any idea when Xylo will be nerfed in P1 of the heroic AAT raid? Did we lose Darth Bella?
Yes, but isn't he already nerfed? Is he? I don't know.
I don't think he's been nerfed.
No, he's still working.
Yeah, he's still going in there and doing what he does.
I don't use him. So.
But he's evil. You're
evil. Yes, he's evil. Yes, I should. I know. But I put my setters on R2. You know.
Mm-hmm.
My first setters.
That's right. You did.
That was much better decision.
That's right. She does. She has a.
You have more.
He keeps trying to get her to use it.
I was talking to somebody else about this the other day in my guild, and he is. If I had to start with one character, like if you had to restart the whole game and you could get one character maxed out completely, I would take Kylo Ren. I still use him in my arena team, and he still is a beast.
Yeah, I do too. He's pretty potent, and then for phase 1, he's pretty damn amazing.
And he works great against Shades too, because his basic does healing immunity, and that completely defeats both of them.
And he's evil.
He's Fulcrum Ahsoka, I'll say that.
What's that?
I said he's definitely better than Fulcrum Ahsoka in Arena.
Yeah, I mean Fulcrum Ahsoka. You know, we haven't even talked about that. Our thoughts on Fulcrum Ahsoka. Overall assessments. Anybody that wants to jump in and say something, go ahead. I mean, what are your guys' thoughts on Fulcrum Ahsoka? Her overall kit, just everything. Anybody have any thoughts on her?
She's not the one-hit kill that we thought she was going to be.
She's a light side Boba Fett in my eyes. In fact, I think Boba Fett's still better.
That's a great point.
That's what I'm just trying to get her and Sabine working together, and just see whether that's enough and can be the difference.
Yeah. Oh lordy. All right. So so we're back to the top here. Back to King Felix. This is from Bob H. Bob. My arena team is Wedge Lead, Biggs, and Chase. Who should my 5th character be?
Post a link to your SWGOH.
Yeah, we got to see who you have.
Depending on who you have, if you wanted to go for like super health, you could put in a Xeris. If you wanted to go for some more damage, you could put in Kylo Ren. Nihilus works everywhere. If you had Kenobi, you could put in Kenobi. I'm guessing if you're using that team, you're probably on a newer shard. Could always throw Lando in. His AoE still does a lot of damage.
Gotcha.
But post a link in the chat, and I'll take a look.
Yep. Make sure you guys are getting your questions in. We're trying to get through them. So if you have questions, by all means, keep them a coming. All right. So there's who's next. Loki. This is from Cam Mitch. I have a question. I have 750,000 ally points. Since we get full shards for character unlocks, do you think it's worth spending them all? I'm thinking that we might need them in the future. Is anyone here saving all their ally points? What are your thoughts?
So for this Phoenix event, I did decide to burn some of my my ally points to buy some shards from the shard shop. So, if you do need shards, from the shard shop, I would totally do it, especially for this Phoenix event if you really want to go for Thrawn. But in the past, CG has said that you won't need your ally points anymore, and then they drop tournaments on us. So who knows? I'm going to also save points, but I did commit some of them to the shard shop, and also worthy to point out that they did reduce the amount of ally points we're getting now, right, throughout the game. It's not as crazy anymore. That's why we've stockpiled so many. So maybe they truly are phasing it out. But again, if you don't need anything from the shard shop, or you just don't need bronze packs and lower level gear like that, then yeah, it doesn't hurt to just save it, because you just never know what's coming down the line.
I agree. Anybody else? Thoughts? Anything on this question?
I spent all of mine, and I thought it was good. I 7-starred Nihilus, and I didn't have 750. I had about 450,000 when they upped the character shard payout. 7-starred Nihilus in about 3 hours, and now I'm burning all of mine to try and get Sabine from the shard shop.
Gotcha. Okay, let's go to the next question. This will be for Mr. Mike. This is again from Renfei Zhao. If I don't have first order TIE pilot, how can I make a offensive P1 hat team? Your thoughts, Mike?
Oh, well, does that mean he's got everybody except TFP?
Yeah, first order TIE pilot. He has. If I don't have first order TIE pilot, how can I make a offensive P1 hat team? There's a lot of teams you can run. I mean,
yeah. I mean, to be honest, I'm lazy. P1 for me is as auto can be. So without a 7-star General Kenobi, it was I'm a gunned in. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm gonna die. Yeah, that's it. And I'm gonna die. Yeah, him and a bunch of Jedi. You can mix it around a bit. I mean, there seems to be three good leads. Either Ima's probably the lowest scoring. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, put a Boba or an Anakin in there as your lead. Do some combos. So if you've got Isla, chuck her in. You're going to call assists on there. Depends then if you've worked. So if you've got a Zaris, then she'll keep them going until the enrage. Hopefully, rack some score up like that. That would be kind of an area.
Let's give him some teams that besides Xylo, running in there and just doing that. What are some teams the kid? We know this, but not everybody knows this. So let's let them know about the teams that work the best.
I mean, the one that works the best is with for me anyway. Is if you've got a Zol in there that can daze the B2 rocket and the IG hundreds. If you can daze them, then you cut them out of the equation immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm going to assume that he's got a Zol. because let's face it, if you've been playing since Christmas or whatever, that's the character you've been working on until they nerfed him. Well,
Yeah.
they didn't nerf him. They just made everyone else. Or they introduced R2, didn't they? In accuracy. So yeah, Zul. If you've got the Kenobi, you put a Kenobi in there. So the idea here is that Zul days is Kenobi puts up retribution, and then every time that Grievous does his AoE, you get your counters, and that racks up the points really quickly, or the score, sorry, really quickly, and it's over quickly as well. You know, you're looking at kind of like 2 minutes work, and you know, you can post north of 1 million if you get the right squad.
Yeah. Anybody
So
else? Yeah, that's a great thoughts on that. Anybody else have a team that they like to run P1? Felix, Loki, Bella.
I rarely have time to do the raids because of work. So I throw an I'm gonna die lead in there with all my Jedi, and hey, you're farming the Phoenix now, so throw Ezra in there. And I put it on auto, and I put it in my pocket, and I go back to work, and that's how it works for me.
Gotcha.
I usually only do about 500,000 or 600,000, and with how my guild does the raid, each phase is over.
Yeah, phase 1 ends
minutes,
pretty quick.
so,
yeah, it's like, all right, the raid's
I
starting.
get as much damage as I can.
Oh wait,
the
raid's over. Yeah,
I have yet to get more. I have yet to get more than like top 15 in any of the AAT guild or AAT raids, just because I don't have the time.
Yeah.
I use my Jedi as well.
You use...
They are, yeah.
Darth Bella uses Jedi. You heard it here first, folks.
So what's so bad about using a good Jedi team?
You're evil.
Oh, I forgot.
You know, Bella, if you Zeta'd Kylo right now, you could use him.
I could easily Zeta him, yes.
Just saying. I
got another 87 or so Zetas, so I could do that.
I'm only at like 56. You're killing me.
Oh, God. Oh, Lord in heaven. All right, let's move on. Let's see who's next. It's Miss Bella. This is from Gus989. He says, question, how should I mod Rex under Zader for the Rancor? What should be the mid speed and potency? Love your stream, guys. Keep it up. Greetings from Croatia. Well, thank you for watching, Gus. We appreciate it all the way from Croatia. Miss Bella, what do you think of Rex? What should be the mid speed and potency and all that stuff? How should you mod Rex for Zader for the Rancor?
Actually, I haven't completed my Rex yet. You're really great in picking out the wrong questions for me today.
No, you're supposed to be answering. You're on the panel. That means you have to be able to answer any question. It's random.
Any question.
That's right.
Any question. Okay. I haven't even unlocked him yet.
Okay, so we'll do this. We'll go to back to King. We'll let King answer this, and then I'll give you the next question. Fair enough?
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, so since you haven't even unlocked Rex, even though he's not evil, you can pretend that... No, he was a clone. He probably killed some Jedi. No, he didn't. Damn it.
No, he didn't.
Damn it.
He saved a couple.
I know.
But,
damn it. I was trying to help you out there, bro. For your evilness.
So, I do use Rex in my Zader team for the Rancor.
Break it down. Break it down, King.
But I probably don't have as good a potency as most. My speed is at 224. I use him as my leader in arena. I can bump the speed up if I really wanted to, but I get number one, so I just leave it where it is. My potency, I'm looking at it right now. My potency is only 18%. I could probably bump that up if I felt like it. I have to see cross on it for some reason. I'm just looking at these mods right now. But I think he's probably the least important character on my Rancor team. I use him mostly just to clear the death marks off in phase 1 with the pigs. I think your biggest key to the Rancor now is Jin.
Mm-hmm.
My Jin is a beast at gear 9 in the Rancor raid. I haven't finished her yet, but I got her speed up to 234, and when her potency stacks on every critical hit, so by the time you get to phase 2, she's pretty much kicking the Rancor's butt. And so I'd say if you're north of 200 on your Rex, you'll probably do all right.
Gotcha. All right. So now we'll go back to Darth Bella for the next question. And this is from Doubles89. And question: what do you guys think of the Stormtrooper let me try this again. Question: what do you guys think of Stormtrooper after his rework? This regular old Stormtrooper.
Regular Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
I think he's still missing a lot.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty cruddy. I was trying to think
I mean,
of a way.
is anyone running a trooper team?
I don't know. Has anybody done anything with troopers, even with the
Go
Veers
watch
rework?
go watch Arnold's videos. Arnold T101.
Yeah,
He does all the Imperial Trooper stuff.
I've got Shaw, Storm, and Death. My snow troopers just gear 8 at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
The thing I find for Stormtrooper is he's kind of like the least tanky tank that I think there is. I mean, you look at I mean, I've got a gear 11, level 85 Stormtrooper, and I have to keep scrolling until I can find him. And it's like, you've got Kylo above him, you've got Vader above him, and yet he's a tank.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not like a Stormtrooper harm tank. So yeah, I played around with them a bit. I just tried them in Galactic War under Veers and under Gar Saxon and so on. They might get their day, but at the moment it was kind of like a very fleeting introduction.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Thrawn will change things. Who knows?
Who knows?
Stormtrooper Han is the only good Stormtrooper.
Stormtrooper, that's so great. Oh no. All right. Next question. See, flip the. All right.
Can I feel the question?
Well, I'll be damned. Well, you have to actually let us know when you're here, so just sitting there with your mic muted and not saying anything, Mr. Riemann from the Alliance, which shows that does a stream every Friday at 8 Eastern. See what I did there? I pimped your stuff.
I actually was on before when you guys first started, and then I got a call, and then I also at first I kind of knocked back out because the hour change still has me screwed up a little bit. I'm still in bed.
Do you guys not understand that there's this invention called coffee? You guys can drink coffee. That's what it's there for. What is happening here?
When you guys first started, it was 7 o'clock in the morning here, so I'm still a little off on the sleep. I don't know.
Yeah, I bet
I really didn't sleep. I really didn't sleep much the first night I got here either. So, and yesterday we were walking around all day handing out like games on Hollywood Boulevard for free to like crazy people. It was pretty wild.
Did you save any games for us?
We have some. Yeah, I have some to give out to some subscribers too, and we're gonna give some away on the live show too.
No, for us.
Well, yeah, if you want, sure. I got.
What do you got?
Yeah, absolutely.
What you got?
We got some copies of UFC 2, NHL 17.
Oh Lord.
Battlefields. I think. I mean, pretty much like most of the games that EA makes, except for Madden. I think that was the only game that didn't have.
I'm joking. Of course, give that away to all the fans. So I want to get your opinion, Riemann. We've been talking about. I don't think you guys streamed this week. on the Alliance, did you? Because you're in Hollywood.
Yes, and now
Okay.
the show is actually supposed to still go on tonight. Now I might not be able to join them, but I think they're going to continue to do the show without me.
All right, I'll do the show for you. God, you don't have to ask. No, I'm not gonna do
Yeah, yeah.
that.
The problem is like you guys obviously being that you've been doing this a while now, you guys have it a lot more together than we do. So sometimes it's the schedule is tough. We want to do it
I
on
know.
Friday nights, and sometimes it's easier to do it on a Saturday. So it's just
Yeah, but
but
let's get your thoughts on the Phoenix, this whole rollout. We've all given our opinions, and other people have given their opinions. What are your thoughts about the Thrawn and Phoenix, everything? Just give us your feelings on everything and share your thoughts.
well, I think I think Thrawn. I think Thrawn's going to be a really interesting character. I obviously know a little bit about what's going on with him. But as far as the Phoenix characters go, I was really shocked that they decided to go that route. To be honest with you, I didn't know that was coming. Sometimes we are privy to information in advance, but that's one thing that we didn't really know was that Phoenix were going to be the characters that were required for Thrawn. So when I found that out, I was kind of surprised, but at the same time, to be honest with you, I'm not that upset because I was farming POW out of the Cantina store just a couple of days ago because I had nothing else to do. So it's like, I look at it as like another thing. It's something I have to achieve or something else that I can do in the game. And I thought about like spending some money to just try to kind of speed up the process and try to get Thrawn and buy some of those Phoenix packs. And I don't know. I'm thinking to myself that maybe I'll just take my time. Maybe I won't get them this time. Maybe I'll just farm. I got Ezra almost a 7-star, and I've got most of the other characters to 4-star. So if I can get them to 5-star before the event, then great. But if not, I'll just continue to farm them from all the different locations, and I'll get them up there, and then the next time the event comes around, I'll get them. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be okay with that.
Now, what do you think about? Because the community pretty much has been upset about this. A lot of free to play players, a lot of new players that are having to stop what they're doing and to get these characters without even knowing what Thrawn is going to be able to do. Right? Is it even worth the time and investment that they're trying for? Right? Without even knowing. From a free to play perspective, or someone that's like a someone that spends just a little bit of money on this game a month, and for new players that are just now starting and trying to work on getting their PvP squads and stuff up. From that perspective, what do you think about this rollout?
Well, I've been. Listen, I'm not a free to play player. You guys know that.
Oh yeah,
But
we're Wells. Let's be honest, Reman, we're Wells. We spend a lot of money in this game. You more than I. So I understand that
I've
your
spent
point of view. You spent a fortune.
I've spent a ton of money on the game. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is that it's. But recently, I haven't spent much money at all. I think I haven't bought any crystals in at least 2 months.
Oh my god.
So and it's because they kind of priced me out with these characters. Now Ahsoka seems to be the most reasonably priced because the drop rates seem to be better. We seem to be getting shards. So she's actually becoming she's actually the first character that's more close to like the Erodium prices were like last year. So I did consider buying her, but to be honest with you, I understand. Listen, it would be great for everyone to have access to every single character all the time. But sometimes you got to look at the benefits and the minuses of it and see if it makes sense. And for the most part, all these characters, with the exception of pretty much Nihilus, all these characters that have come out in these marquee events, I haven't bought them. I didn't buy the Kruper pack. I didn't buy any of the Phoenix characters. I bought Nihilus just because I'm a fanboy. I just had to. You know what I'm saying?
He's a great character too. He really is.
Yeah, and his kit was amazing. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get this guy. But besides that, I haven't done it, and I'm okay. I mean, listen, I farm. When the characters become free, I farm them. You know what I'm saying? And if they decide to release Jedi Luke for $400, I'll probably buy it. But I'm saying besides that, I'm not going to make any big purchases unless something really, really awesome comes my way. And like I said, I'm really excited for Thrawn, but at the same time, I'm not going to spend $400 or $500 to get him, because to be honest with you, I don't think that even if he's as awesome as I think he's going to be, I mean, we'll have to wait and see how he plays out. I don't think he's going to be such a meta changer that he's going to become impossible to defeat on defense. And that's really the main thing that you need right now, is because there's so much diversity in arena at the moment that, I mean, you could beat anyone with a First Order team, with a Rebel team, with a Jedi team, with a Sith team. I mean, you can win with any team right now. So what I'm saying is, I don't think you insert Thrawn right now, and all of a sudden you just hold rank 1 for the next 3 days. So the benefit, I don't think, is there financially ultimately. So I'll still be able to beat a Thrawn team with my Jedi team. So
Right.
I think for me, it doesn't make sense to go all out like that. But I mean, it depends. To each his own. I mean, it depends also on your financial situation. So
That's true. That's very true. Okay. And since we got you in here, we'll give you the next question, and that's from Stanley
awesome.
Red. What is the best Rex team without GK?
The best Rex team without GK.
I mean, I can tell you what I run, because I do not run GK, and I run Nihilus and Xylo with the Chase Rex combination. I just haven't finished gearing up GK. Oh, so many. It's just,
yeah.
it's crazy. It's absolutely
Yeah.
insane.
Well, I'd say something similar to that. I mean, probably. I mean, if you don't have GK, then you've got to have Chase in there. I mean, so I'd say Rex, Chase, and then, I mean, you could pretty much insert
2 more.
anything that you want there. It's the beauty of the Rex team is that he kind of makes all viable. So I mean, you can pretty much put you could put Xylo in there, or you could put Nihilus in there, or you could put you could put Death Trooper and Krennic in there if you wanted to. You could do like a lot of different things and make it interesting. But I mean, I would say Rex, Chase, R2D2, and maybe Nihilus.
Mm-hmm. That could work.
That sounds like a pretty good team.
Yeah, you make a great point. Rex just allows you to do so much stuff. I mean, we saw in the meta that Wedge and Biggs were coming back with Rex lead, with R2. There are combinations you can use. So I think a great site is Star Wars Galaxy here at GG, and you can go there and you can really you can kind of see what are the top teams, what are they running, what's effective. And there's also great videos out there from Remon and Warrior and Smithy and Loki that show all these different types of PvPs and characters that are being used and what is the best combination. So that's what I would recommend you do, sir. All right, I got thrown off on my order here. Let me see here. All right, Mike. This is from Jeffrey K. A high investment to farm Nihilus and Bays from 5 to 7 stars just for the minor stat increase and very limited raid use. I'm just doing the hard-ons now without refresh. Is this smart?
Yeah. I'd
Those are
say
the two, yeah. Those are the two you definitely want to use your daily, at least, light side, dark side, hard note on.
Yep, that's kind of what I do. I mean, I'm not really chasing characters, so for me, yeah, normally it's Nihilus, Krennic, and Jedi Consular Ship. Those are the 3 I do. Jedi Consular Ship gives you the chance of 19 shards per ship shard that you get. Plus, it's got cuffs on it, so it's a win-win there. Krennic at the moment is, I think his shard. Yeah, I think his shard is unique because there's the Krennic shards, plus there's also the is it the Genosian soldiers ship?
I think so. I have to
It's
look.
yeah. So you could effectively drop
It
two
is.
lots of shards
It is,
there.
okay.
I mean, I'm sorry, I'm going on about just feeding the shard shot, but yeah, that's where I go with, with the energy buys and the light side, dark side, and throwing the hard battles all in one sort of thing, just to do your daily challenges, and then I wouldn't refresh on there. I'd save your refreshes for particular.
Yeah, but if you're gonna go for Nihilus, I mean, it's a long grind, but
It is a long grind.
We've had
It
long grind
is,
before,
but they're also, you're also working towards all their gear as well, because what's more frustrating than unlocking them and then finding that you're stuck behind a gigantic winter is coming gear wall because the amount of what you got to chuck on them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd kind of I personally would go that route, and I'd be using the refreshes for the gear. Cuffs, stun guns. I mean, they're the two awful ones, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. All right. Next question for this will be for Bella. This is from our good friend Luke Thyrocker. It says, now that Phoenix is being forced on us, will their ships be usable when geared, or does the star level of the ships matter?
Oh, I was
Ship
on mute.
question.
Yes. I was just on mute. I started talking, but no one heard me. Yeah, actually, I have the idea that with pushing all those characters, we won't be far away from actually farming their ships. So I've got the ships now on 4-star, and I've tried them out, and except for the sound they make, because they sound more like a toy than like the other ships, like it's rather toy pistol, toy gun,
Oh,
and
Lord.
otherwise I quite like the synergies, the abilities they have, and I'm not sure that you can use them at 4 right now, but depending which fleet arena rank you have. If you are top 5, I wouldn't recommend to use a 4-star. If you're a bit lower, why not? Just for fun. I mean, we are here to win, but we are also here to have fun. And I tried them out, and I like them.
Yeah, they're middle of the road. They've certain lineups they work pretty well, and certain lineups it's like don't do it. So
yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
But
for example, the target lock, you can't target lock one if the other is still alive. So that's some features that other ships don't have simply. So I'm looking into all those ships that are 4-star right now and try to decide which pilots I actually should farm. So for me, the Phoenix ones, that's another perspective on the whole Phoenix discussion.
Yeah.
I farm them for ships also.
Yeah.
And we don't know what the new game mode will be.
It's true.
Just saying, hinting.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yes.
Say no more. All right. So there you go. Hope that answers your question, Luke. Next question, back to the top. We go to Bobby Roundtree, and this is for King Felix. Can you please give me your opinion on Sith Trooper?
Feel like he's one of the few characters in the game that you can actually utilize defense mods with, because his defense is actually pretty irritating. Sometimes I also noticed that, I don't know if it's just me and my RNG, but I feel like he dodges more than every other Sith out there, even more than Maul. I pretty much can't debuff him until like the 3rd try because he dodges every time. But at the other point, he's great for Kylo Ren, because he takes away Kylo Ren's health, and then Kylo hits for, what is it, an extra 50%, I think it is, on his outrage. So it almost works against them for my team, and I usually leave him until the end. He's a non-factor for me, and I think the Sith are going to continue to fade until Revan comes out, hopefully.
We can only hope. Jesus, I would die.
Yeah.
That's the character.
That'll
even
open
more
up.
than for me, even more than Jedi Luke, I would be all over Darth Revan.
Yeah, no. Revan, I'll do
even
terrible things.
Even if he was horrible, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, I want Darth Revan. I would spend money on.
I would make Darth Revan
if he's
great
the
again.
Sith Fulcrum Ahsoka, you'd still go.
I'd still
all
get
in
him just because he's my favorite.
Oh,
character.
yes.
Yep. Within
30 minutes, I'd have him gear 11
yeah.
start.
God. Okay. But I think Sith Trooper in a Sith squad is fantastic. He really is he's a great piece for that. And he's overall a pretty good character. The whole Sith Assassin, Sith Trooper, Dark Nihilus is a high bar mark for the for CG. Those three characters were really well done. They were really well put together. They are fantastic. They work for you, especially if you're doing Sith. I mean, they're worth the farm, especially if you want to do a Sith team with Zal or something like that. Go ahead, Mike.
I'm running a Nihilus lead. I'm Nihilus lead, Sith Trooper. I chucked all my fast mods onto Cody for my Zodi scavenger. And what I do, because I never use him other than in raids, so what I do is I just strip them off. So I've got my Sith Assassin at 270.
Jeez.
I've got my Sith Trooper. I've got my Nihilus, and then I mix it up. So normally it's Savage, and then it'll either be Dooku or, you ready for this? A Sarge Ventress.
How dare you? How dare you, sir?
Mate, I am.
Get off the stream.
She's only ability level 7, but she's my 5th. She's my. It varies between Dukes and a Sarge. For the triple buff cleansing squads, it's such a beautiful sight. They're all there with all their retribution and foresight and health and everything else, and then poof, they're gone, and I hit who I want to hit. Love it. And then with Sith Trooper, with his retribution, it works. It's a thing of beauty when it works.
Gotcha. All right. Let's see here. Next question is from Bobby Roundtree. Loki. Let's see. This is from Alliance Pimco, so I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Now that we have 2 Ahsokas, when can we? What a question. Now that we have 2 Ahsokas, when can we expect a third?
That's a funny one.
Loki, this one's yours, buddy.
I'm speechless. I mean, I don't. I got both of them at 7-star. Gear 11, and I don't use either of them, so I'm not looking forward to a third rendition of her.
Well, the thing is about Ahsoka, she's.
I'm waiting for a Fulcrum Ahsoka rework. That's what I'm waiting on. So.
Yeah, and that's sad.
Did you guys see that post? I think it was on Reddit or something. If you're running the Spanish language game, there was actually a reference to she actually gains Phoenix buffs or something to that effect on her unique, and then they removed the language from the English release, right? But that might be
I didn't know.
Interesting to see.
Well, what was the gist?
It was something along the lines like she gains half of like the Phoenix synergies. So whatever the Phoenix synergies were, she gains half of like all of them. It's all in Spanish and speaking guild, and I don't speak Spanish. So, but those guys were saying there was at one time, probably for like 10 minutes or so, there was a I guess when they were reworking or rewording abilities, there was a paragraph in there that wasn't supposed to be in there, and then they took it out quickly. But somebody screenshotted it on Reddit, and it's something interesting to think about. But if later on they do rework or a buff or something on her. It sounded like there was a there was something along the lines that she was going to synergize with the Phoenix Squad,
which would
but
make
she
sense.
wasn't gonna have a Phoenix tag, right?
Right,
So,
but yeah, that's the thing is that they really do. I mean, Ahsoka, as she is now, Fulcrum Ahsoka, she's a great offensive weapon, but she's horrible on defense for PvP, and she's so reliant on certain squads and stuff. It's really it's a little disappointing,
Did she have her ship taken from her when she was stripped of Jedi status, or is she still flying the same ship?
She did not have her when she left the Jedi. She didn't have access to any Jedi ships. I mean, they didn't really show her with her own unique ship or anything in Rebels or anything. I'm trying to remember in the book if she had a ship that was unique to her.
She didn't.
I didn't think she did.
I was just thinking that Ahsoka non-Fulcrum is a pilot with a ship, and I'm just wondering why
Squibs,
Fulcrum.
yeah, but Fulcrum, no.
It'd be nice if you could just switch him around and stick a different pilot in there, a different variation of the same person.
But what if you could run 2 Ahsokas in one ship? That would
and it would be so great to get.
Well, what do you think is actually a good defensive team right now? I can't think of anything. I mean, I think about this all the time, but it's like, I mean, what do you think is the best 5 you could throw out there right now?
I would say it would be Rexley with Chase, General Kenobi, and R2D2, because that team is a pain in the ass to try to beat. It can be beaten, but I mean, you're not going to fall that much. I mean, it takes a really high mark team to really overcome that team. I mean, that's why everybody in the meta is using it, because the AI can't really mess up. It's forced to use the abilities that they have. The only way that it can backfire is to say, like, Kenobi does his move on Xylo, instead of one-shotting the Rex or one of the other tunes where But yeah, that team's pretty potent. I think on defense, that's your most badass defensive team right now. Does anybody else think differently? I mean, Rex Triple Cleanse is pretty damn potent.
I think Triple Cleanse is the only thing that you can really put out there right now that's got any kind of viability on defense. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's my opinion. I mean, I'm running a Triple Cleanse right now on defense, not because I want to, but because, I mean, that's it. I mean, like, I was running that cooldown reset team with Nihilus and Death Trooper, and it was working fine for a while. But now, I mean, you got people coming out of the woodworks with like 5-star R2D2s that are like, getting into the top 5, top 10. They're knocking you back, and it's like, it's just, the AI just doesn't use your team correctly on defense, so there's nothing you can do about it.
The other team that's pretty good on defense, but you have to have them Zeta and everything, is the Yoda, Qui-Gon Jinn, General Kenobi, R2D2, and Ezra team. I mean, that team could, if RNG goes wrong for you, or you make a bad move, you will get wiped. That team will kick you right in the head, and you're done. And even then, even if you do stuff right, it can still wipe you pretty quickly. So that's another good team. Unfortunately, Sith on defense, just, I mean, with the Triple Cleanse and stuff, just not. You can once in a while on the low end spectrum, this might happen where they just dodge everything, but even then, it's just a matter of time. So I would say those two teams, the Triple Cleanse first, and then the Jedi, Zeta with Qui-Gon and stuff, is the second most effective. Anybody else have a thoughts on this?
The only thing the way I look at it is, when I'm choosing my arena battles, for me, it's all about, it's not if I can beat the teams, I can beat them all. It's just the amount of effort I want to put in. I have one guy in my arena chart who just has a massively tanky cleanse team with, I think he actually uses a Kenobi lead, but it's a triple cleanse with R2. And I beat it every time, but it takes me an extra, 60 seconds, and I don't want to have to deal with it for an extra 60 seconds. So I usually
Not
avoid
a
it
whole
if I
minute.
can. Yeah, well, usually while I'm driving home from work, I don't have that kind of time.
I know. Yeah. Oh Lord.
Fear. It's
All
all
right.
about fear.
It's right. Okay, I think that is all the questions. I want to thank everybody for submitting your questions. If you do have more questions, hey, always come to our Discord. It's linked below. We have a Q&A question and answer section. You can throw your questions in there anytime, and everybody here would be more than glad to answer your questions. We do it all the time, especially Finn. Finn's on that stuff like good Lord. So what we do at the end of the stream is we like to pimp our stuff. I'm gonna go to Remon first since I know he's in the middle of chaos over there in Hollywood, California. I mean, Remon, are you feeling like a star over there in Hollywood? I mean, how's it been so far?
It's been awesome. I mean, they really make you feel like a superstar out here. Absolutely. We're in a nice place at a hotel. The event really starts today. What they did was they brought us in for like a meeting yesterday, so we got to meet with like some of the people from Google and Twitch and from YouTube, and they just try to teach you how to make your channel stronger and better and things like that. And they really give you a lot of cool tools to try to give you, any kind of advantage that they can give you as to like, what tips to make your videos get more views, and what tips to get the most ads on your videos and things like that. So it's pretty cool. But today is we're actually going to get a chance to really, get a chance to meet some of the fans, and we're going to go into the creators cave, and we're going to take a look at, Battlefront 2 and some of the upcoming games. So it's really exciting. I mean, we're going to get a chance to capture some Battlefront 2 too. So I'm going to have some footage of that, and we're going to get some Thrawn action going. So get ready for that too. And we a lot of fun. I mean, yesterday they kind of gave us a whole bunch of swag, like some game changer swag, and one of the things they did was they gave us a bunch of games, like I told you earlier. So we decided to go out and hand them out to some of the people on the streets here in Hollywood, and it's really interesting. We made a video about it, so you'll be seeing that. It's going to actually be on Anul's channel. He's editing it right now, so it'll probably be up later today. I mean, if you guys stay tuned to my channel, it's my name, Ramon Azab, and there's going to be a live show tonight on my channel as well that I'll probably pop in on as a guest, but somebody else is going to be hosting because I'm out here and I'm not going to be able to dedicate the whole time to it. Of course, check out all the other game changers. Warrior, who can't be here today. I thought he was going to join me on the stream with you guys, but I guess he's still, catching up with his sleep too. So I mean, he's going to have some cool content to put out also. And definitely look forward to a lot of cool stuff coming over the next few days. So I appreciate you having me on, and
Always, man.
we'll revisit I guess the entire experience and how it was next week on the next Jedi Academy.
Sounds good. And if you guys need any help with your stream, let me and Finnadoodle know. All right. Let's see. Loki, pimp your stuff.
You can catch me on my YouTube channel. I got a YouTube channel with mainly just doing arena videos right now and doing some heroic tank. If you're interested in building lightsaber, I got some videos as well.
Oh my God, yes.
Do some fun stuff with that. Actually, I'll show you my latest build, but I'll take that offline. But thank you again for having me on, and I think I will make my way over to EA Play later. I'm looking forward to checking it out.
Mm-hmm. All right, Darth Bella, Darth Lady of the Sith, where can people check you out? Because you have your own YouTube channel now. Yay!
Yes! I have my own YouTube channel, and actually, my first video this week. It's about R2D2.
Yes.
And I've got some other interesting stuff like weather forecast. So come and check it out.
Jesus. Well, where can they check it out at?
No spoilers, but it was a lot of work, and yeah.
Yep.
You
It'll get
probably all
easier.
can't remember, but the first video is always like, oh my god, I never finish it.
No, we still remember. Trust me, we've all been there. But where specifically can people check you? How do they get to your channel? What's the name of it?
Pardon me? Well, Darth Bella.
There you go. See, so people know who to look for.
Yeah.
Yes, please check that out. Let's get Bella some subscribers and likes and thumbs up and everything like that. Very important. Mikey, pimp your stuff.
Hello. Yeah, you can find me at my name, so Mike Hunt. That's my YouTube channel. What have I been up to? So obviously,
You've been up to some stuff too.
Yeah. So I'm playing around. I've got a 7-star Sabine. I've got a 7-star Fulcrum. I'm playing around with an all-girl Galactic War at the moment. That was fun. That was well. I mentioned earlier the Asajj lead with Old Dakar, Fulcrum, Sabine, and somebody else. Who I forget? Yeah, whoever. Oh, Leia. How could I forget Leia? I forgot Princess Leia. Yeah, it was quite awesome actually. I lost Old Dakar near the end, but the the core of those completed 11 out of 12 nodes, which was fun and surprising. Doing my Galactic Wars, doing my raids, doing arena, leading a guild on the academy. I'm living the dream. Come join me.
Jeez. And finally, King Felix. I know you don't have. Do you anything you want to pimp in Korea?
No, there's absolutely nothing to pimp in Korea.
Right.
Hopefully none of you are out here to come and visit me. If so, sorry. But, no, if you want to find me, it's Saturday mornings. Is that what it is for you guys? Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. Reality Ski Gamers, Jedi Academy.
Yeah, just come and join the fun.
We're number one in my arena chart. That's
there
where
you go.
Find me.
That's right. All right, and then for us, we are the RSG crew. Of course, you can check us out every Wednesday with our main stream, which is we always get stuff dropped on us like this last bit of news. We have tons of people on. We've had all kinds of guests on from the community, and of course, we run the Jedi Academy. If you like what you see, we have other videos from other games we have in there, and other tutorial videos and stuff like that that you can check out for the different phases of the heroic raid and other things. So we are starting to do more roster reviews, so there's going to be some more of those popping up. We're going to try to knock out at least 2 of those a week. The thing about doing roster reviews is they're pretty involved. I mean, we first did a roster review. I think we were the first ones ever to do a roster review, but that was for my accounts way back in the day, and it took about 2 hours with me and Smithy and Grande doing it. And so they typically will last about an hour and a half to 2 hours when we do them. So we're going to try to knock out 2 a week with myself, Grande, and Finn, combination of that. So you'll start seeing some more roster reviews for people. If you would like to be on the roster review, just get with Finn, and there's an actual channel for that, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But we will get you in the queue. There's a long queue right now of people that want roster reviews, so we're going to try to knock them out as best we can. So just be patient with us. They do take a long time, and we have to set time aside and stuff. But if you like what they see with all these guys, check out their stuff. We are a community. We want everybody to get the thumbs up and subscribers and support. So same for our channel. So leave a comment and let us know what you think. If there's things you like, let us know. If there's some things you don't like, let us know. If you have some thoughts about some of the topics we've had, leave them in the channel. And if you have questions that you'd like to see ahead of time, just put it in there, and Finn will scoop it up, and we'll put it on the next show, so you can get your question in before we even begin the stream. So on behalf of myself and the Jedi Academy, I'd like to thank everybody in the channel for joining us. I'd like to thank the panel, and we will check you guys out next Saturday. So enjoy your weekend. We'll all be patiently waiting on bated breath for the EA stuff. So we'll wait that in a couple hours, and we'll see what happens from there. So on behalf of myself, the crew, and of course the great Dr. Finn Medicine Woman who helps keep it all together, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.